to start off with the cakesicles, I have baked cake here. And today I'm going to take a white base. You can also use a dark base chocolate, anything. That's totally up to your preference. Now you can use a butter based cake, an oil based cake, completely up to you. Here I have used an oil based vanilla cake. See if you can see here. This is an oil based vanilla cake. Now all you're going to do is just roughly crumble it up with your hands. Like that. Now once it's crumbled, we have our white chocolate ganache here. That's a white chocolate ganache, and this is just an eyeballed ratio of melted white chocolate and cream. Now I'm going to keep adding again an eyeballed ratio. Now the consistency that I'm looking for is once I try to mold it with my hands, I need to get that shape. That is the consistency I want. See here? See, once I'm trying to make it into a ball and leave it, it stays like that. So that is the consistency that I want. Once I achieve that consistency, we're going to take our cakesicle mold here. And the cakesicle mold. And we're going to fill in our molds here. Now roughly I have noticed that this mold of mine, in one mold approximately 42 to 45 grams of cake goes in. Using dark chocolate cake, then you can use a dark chocolate ganache to mix your cake. I've used a vanilla cake, so I have used white chocolate ganache. Once you have your cakes inside your mold, get your sticks, just these ice cream sticks you get, and push it in. Push it in, and again just smoothen it out. Okay. So now you have your cakes in your cakesicle mold. Now I'm going to keep this in the chiller for approximately an hour or so that it's hard enough so that when I demold it, they don't break. So I'll leave it in the fridge for say around an hour. Okay, so our cakesicles have been chilling for approximately an hour. We're just going to demold them. See that? I'm going to just place it onto a tray. Now meanwhile I have my some chopped Mello Royale white chocolate here. I've kept it on a double boiler. As you can see here, this is some Mello Royale white chocolate. I've chopped it and I'm melting it on a double boiler. I prefer to melt it on a double boiler. You can use the microwave as well. It melts really good in the microwave. Like I said, these Mello Royals are not very sweet. The sweetness is really good, so compared to the other white chocolates, so it's good to go. Now once this is melted, we're going to pour it into a long tumbler, a glass, anything, and then we're going to dip it. Now if your cakesicles have been in the chiller for say overnight, then maybe it's a good thing that you can leave these cakesicles out while your chocolate is melting, because we don't want the cakesicles to be really frozen or hard. It just has to be cold, cold enough that once we dip in our cakesicles into the chocolate hardens. That's it. We don't want it too cold or too room temperature as well, because then it will take quite a while for the chocolate to set. See that? That's our chocolate melting. That's our Mello Royale white chocolate. And once I see that it's nicely melted, no lumps, I turn it off, and it will be still hot, right? The water will be still hot, and there's still steam coming in. So I like to keep it on it. It's off. My induction is not on. It's off, and I'm just with the remaining steam, I'm just smoothing the chocolate out. Now the same way we made our white cakesicles using the Mello Royale white chocolate, I've made some dark one as well. So this is just a dark chocolate cake, and I've used the Mello Royale dark chocolate ganache. So I've added in dark chocolate ganache to make these. It's the same process. I just wanted to show you. So we're going to dip the dark chocolate cakes in the Mello Royale dark chocolate, and these white ones in the Mello Royale white chocolate. See how we have a nice silky smooth texture here. So once the chocolate is nicely melted like this, just wipe off the base of your bowl, because we do not want any water in our chocolate. I'm just going to pour it into a nice long glass or a tumbler, whatever you want. Okay. And you have that there. So now we have our melted Mello Royale white chocolate here. We're going to dip our white cakes into this. So just carefully dip like that and just pull it out. Just hold it on for a while so that you have your excess chocolate, pour it back into it. Just shake it a little bit so that all the excess falls down. See, and the good thing about this chocolate is one coat is more than enough to coat your cakesicle really well. And you have that. Slightly remove the excess chocolate there into your glass, and I'm just going to place it onto a tray. Now this tray of mine is lined with the silicone mat. One more, same thing. Dip your cake into it, coat it nicely, hold it there for a few seconds so that you have all your excess chocolate dripping back into your glass. Then place it onto your mat. We're going to do the same thing for the rest of the white cakesicles. I really like the shine the Mello Royal chocolates give. Even when you're making your ganache, you can see the super smooth, and then you get a really smooth ganache as well. No lumps, nothing. So those are your white ones. Now for the dark chocolate ones, I have some chopped Mello Royal dark chocolate here. Chopped Mello Royal dark chocolate. We're going to melt these the same we melted the white chocolate. So again, back onto our double boiler. I'm going to melt it. Okay, so our dark chocolate, our Mello Royal dark chocolate is starting to melt. You see how you have a nice smooth chocolate? Once again, I turn it off. Just turn your spatula to see you don't have any lumps, nothing. Once I say I'm good to go, again, take in a tall tumbler glass, something, pour your melted chocolate into it. Okay, so once again, same procedure. You have your Mello Royal dark chocolate melted here. I'm going to take my cakesicles that I made with dark chocolate, and this is again mixed with Mello Royal dark chocolate ganache. So again, I have just I boiled my ratio, just a little bit of chopped Mello Royal dark chocolate with a little bit of cream, warm it up. It's melted ganache, okay, not the set one. So just dip it into it. Same like how you, wow, look at that. See how shiny that is? Look at that. See, super glossy. Just shake it off, remove all the excess. There. See, looks like a magnet bar, right? How cool. Same procedure, dip it in, coat it well, take it out. Amazing. And the Mello Royal chocolate, the taste also, I really like the taste. Really did. Done a good job. Leave it to dry. Again, I'm leaving it onto a marked tray which is lined with silicone mat. Make sure you use a silicone mat to rest them because it makes it easier to take off your cakesicles. So once your chocolate is set, now these cakesicles, once they are dipped in the chocolate, you don't have to keep it in the fridge. I just leave them out in room temperature and just allow the chocolate to set a bit before we start to decorate them. So we just leave it out for maybe around 5 minutes or so, and they should be good to go. Meantime, we'll set up our table to do the decorations. So the white cakesicles, we're going to decorate using a mermaid theme. Just going to take out a small rolling pin, roll out a little bit of white fondant. So use a little bit of corn flour, it's sticky. Just have a small mermaid tail cutter here. Just going to press that. Take it out gently. There. Okay, so all of the tails are ready. Okay. Now we'll also make some seashells. Again, take your. So for that, I have a mold here. And we're also going to make some seashells here because it's a mermaid theme. You have everything related to a beach. So some shells. Make them in all different. Okay, I think I have a few shells here. Now let's start to decorate. So I take my white based cakecycle here. I'm just going to use the same Mello Royale melted white chocolate here to stick them. So just take your tail, just apply a little bit of your melted white chocolate and just place it there. Okay, just placing the pastel purple shell there and a tiny little shell. Okay, so we are not done here yet. I'm going to add some bling to it. I've just taken some gold dust here. We're not going to melt it, we're just going to use the dry dust. Just dip your brush into it. Take off the excess. You don't want a lot. Just slightly going to brush it. Just onto your shells and onto the tail. Just going to bling it up a bit because we girls love bling here. Okay, just randomly if you add the gold dust to it and you take pictures, they look really good. Don't overdo it, just very slightly will. Now I have some white beads here. Gently, once again we're going to stick them with our Mello Royale white chocolate. So just very randomly. Just using a toothpick because we don't want a lot of chocolate to stick these in small tiny balls. These are the edible pearls. I'm just using white because it goes with the thing we are doing. Okay. So our white cakecycles are all bling and ready. Now we'll move on to decorating our dark chocolate ones. Now to decorate our dark chocolate cakecycles which we dipped in Mello Royale dark chocolate, we're just going to do a monkey theme here. So I just have a light brown fondant which we're going to roll out. It's sticky, so I'm just dusting some corn flour to it. Now, while rolling fondant, make sure you're rolling on the same side. Do not keep flipping it, yeah? Keep rolling onto the same side. Now to make the face of your monkey, I just have a hot cookie cutter here. Just going to cut out 4 hearts. And decorate them all together. To stick your monkey ones, I'm going to dip in some melted Mello Royale melted dark chocolate. Okay, just apply it onto the back. So I'm going to place it onto the center. So the face is now halfway done. Now just take a little bit of fondant, maybe around that much is good enough. Just roll it. Just make it into a rough oval shape and I'm going to place it on halfway over the heart. Okay. I'm going to make the eyes. Make the eyes. And take some white fondant. Just roll it out roughly. Just see that the two that you're taking are of approximately the same size. We'll smoothen it out later. And just take it, roll it out. Just place it there. That becomes the base of the eye. Again, now because this is fondant on top of fondant, I don't really need melted chocolate to stick them. Just make it into a nice thin long log. And then to cut it, it's easier. Just going to take a small knife. See, just that much is enough. And just to make your inside eye. Just take it and place it in the center. Okay. I'm just going to take a small ball tool like that. Just press it. Shape it with a ball tool. Right. Now we're going to make the nose. Some brown fondant, the same that you used for the face. Maybe around that much, a pea size. Place it in the center here. Stab it a bit, and I'm going to use again another smaller ball tool and just do that and you get the nose. Now, nice smiley. Just using a Dresden tool to do that. Okay. Yeah. You can make any faces. You can use one of the ball tools and give them a surprise look. his ears. The ears again, using the same brown. Okay. First what I'm going to do is gently roll it out and just press with my finger, so you make a small indent there. Do that. I'm going to take some white fondant, smaller than what we took for the brown, and just place it over your brown what you just did, like so. Okay. And this now, because I'm going to stick it over our chocolate. You know what? They're actually sticking nicely without chocolate as well. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. And that's the monkey ears. These Mello Royal chocolates. The shine they give, it's because of the shine they give actually that you don't really require melted chocolate to stick again. See how our ears are all intact without even using melted chocolate. It's because of the background shine and the gloss that they have. So there you go, our monkeys are ready as well. I think we'll make them, we'll couple them, isn't it? We'll do 2 boys and 2 girls. So we'll do a Mr. and a Mrs. Monkey. So for the Mrs. Monkey, we just give her a small little bow. For that I'm just using some pink fondant and a bow silicone mold. So here, instead of the bows, you can even make some flowers. Give her a tiara. Come up with your own imagination, or even highlight her cheeks with some edible petal dust, a blush color. I've just chose to use a bow here. You can even stick it with some melted chocolate if you feel it won't stick properly. And there, our couples are ready. That's a smiling couple, and that's our surprised monkey couple. So I hope you enjoyed the session where we made our mermaid theme using the Mello Royal white chocolate. So we dipped them in Mello Royal white chocolate, and we made these cakesicles using the mermaid theme. And then we made our Mr. and Mrs. Monkey using our Mello Royal dark chocolate. Here again I used dark chocolate cake and I mixed them with the Mello Royal dark chocolate ganache. And once they were chilled in our fridge, we dipped them using the Mello Royal dark chocolate. Mr. and Mrs. Monkey, how cute they are. So I hope you enjoyed our session where we made our cakesicles. Now next we are going to make some crispy hazelnut filled hot chocolates. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to make with our diamond hazelnut filled chocolates. So for that, we have taken the Mello Royal white chocolate. So it's the same white chocolate that we use to make our cakesicles here, the one which we made the white cakesicles. So I've used the Mello Royal white chocolate, melted it, and I've taken it in a cup. Now to this, I'm going to add some chocolate color. I've chosen to add a purple today. Feel free to use any color you like. Make sure the color you're using is oil-based, because with chocolates, gel colors don't blend. So you have to use oil-based color. Now if you like a marble effect, you don't have to mix it in completely until the colors are dissolved. You can just leave it here and there and you get a nice marble effect. So, I think I'm happy with this color. So all I'm going to do is, so I have my mold ready here. I'm just going to pour a little bit of white chocolate into all my molds. No need too much. I poured it into a jug so that I can get a hold of how much I'm pouring into it. Okay, so once you have it, just tap and make sure the chocolate is nicely coated onto all the sides. It's okay if it spills, you can just use a spatula to clean it up.
So just make sure your chocolate is nicely coated all over.
So once you've seen that your mold are all nicely filled up, tap it a bit. And now we're going to chill this, not long, just maybe around 5 minutes or so, and we'll continue with the rest. Okay, so our chocolates have been chilling for just roughly 5 minutes. Now what we're going to do next is, I have some crispy hazelnut filling. If you don't like the crispy flavor, you can just use plain chocolate filling, hazelnut filling, any kind of filling you like. I'm using a crispy hazelnut filling here. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to place it in the center of the heart. Roughly smoothen it out. Do not overfill because we're going to pour our chocolate back on top of it. So make sure you're not overfilling with the filling as well. Place it in there. Because it's a hazelnut filling, you can even add in some toasted hazelnuts as well. It tastes really good with some toasted hazelnuts also if you add in some. So much of filling is enough. So once you spread it out nicely, I'm going to add to this. Take your chocolate, melted chocolate that you had before to fill your base. I'm going to just gently pour it over this. Pour a little and then we'll tap it to find out if we need to add more. So once you have it, tap it and see wherever you see the need to add more. Go ahead and add more. Okay. Now we're going to keep this back into our chiller for again 5-10 minutes until it's completely set and we're able to demold it out. Okay, so our hot chocolates, they have been chilling for around 10 minutes now. Let's demold. All these ones on the side which is messy, that's okay, we're going to. So now we're going to use the same chocolate that we used for the hearts. Just going to pour a little bit into the piping bag. I'm just going to use the same. Just drizzle on one end of the heart. If you have any decors, make sure you do them right away, otherwise they don't stick. See, they dry really quick, so you have to be ready with your decorations fast. Just going to bake a few hearts as well. Feel free to decorate it any way you like. And these chocolates, they're really good to go with your gift hampers. So when you're making, now that Diwali is going to come soon, these are a really good option to include into your Diwali gift hampers. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's session where we made cakesicles using the Mello Royale white chocolate and the Mello Royale dark chocolate. And also using the Mello Royale white chocolate, we colored it and made some hot chocolates which we filled with some crispy hazelnut filling. Once again, I'm thankful to Mello Royale and to homebakers.co.in for giving me this opportunity. I hope you guys give it a try and enjoy. Thank you so much.